that was hers. Did you not notice that? And then Wong, the principal, he looked like this.
I never peeped that.
That's why he looked at her weird, like, where the fuck did she get this bag from?
I never noticed that. We just got done watching the brand new movie Weapons, and oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Bro. I told you, bro, this is one of those ones, bro. I told you in the beginning of the year, bro, earlier this year, that this movie's going to be one of those movies, bro.
Yeah, and what's so funny is that we were just talking about how the horror genre's dead. Yeah, and all
what are the odds?
The episode right before, right?
What are the odds, right?
It's a little bit wild. So, man, this was really interesting. I'm not even going to cap with you. This was one of the standout movies for the year for me.
I think so, too.
To be honest.
I think so. I'm telling you, bro, horror is like at the top of his game right now, bro. When it like so far this year, it's like there have been so many good horror movies that came out this year, bro. Yeah. And it's actually kind of crazy to be like witness of this stuff. It's like, who would have thought that this year would be the most bangers of horror movies?
Not facts. I mean, I just think what's interesting is that it seems like we're shifting away, which is scaring me a little bit, no pun intended, away from superheroes, and we're kind of going back to movies like this.
Yeah, no, it does kind of feel that way, where it's like we're getting less superhero. Before we would get like 5 superhero movies a year.
Yeah.
And now it's like we get 1 or 2, and now we get way more horror films than ever.
Yep.
Because we still got a couple more horror films coming out this year. Like the Conjuring movie's coming out later. Him is coming out later. It's there's still, and it's probably some more that I didn't name, but there are still a lot of other horror stuff that is coming out. I mean, even like the Alien show is going to come out. Oh, it's already out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which we will talk about that later on.
Ooh-wee.
Predator kind of is a horror film, or started off kind of as a horror film, low key, I guess. You know what I mean? And it is kind of cool to see, bro, how the horror genre has evolved to, you know what I mean, cheesy. We were talking about the other night how cheesy the cliches were back in the day, where it's like, let's split up. I seen a gas station down the road. I'm gonna go check on it or whatever. And it's like, now it's like kind of evolved to this more psychological thriller-esque horror type films, which, like, not that that's a new concept. Like, there was always stuff like that, but I feel like nowadays that's more of the norm of a horror film.
It's more prevalent more than ever. Yeah, because we used to rely on a lot of those gags that we used to do in those movies, but this movie was very unique in its own way. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. And I've seen a couple people say they didn't really like it, but I feel like this movie is one of those where it's to each his own type of thing, because if you're more going into this movie looking for jump scares and whoop-de-whoop, you're not really going to get that.
Well, it does have a little bit of jump scares, but I get what you mean.
Compared to a lot of other movies that rely on jump scares, like a Conjuring or some of these other movies that kind of rely on those aspects, you know what I mean? Or like Insidious, those type of movies. It's not that. So don't go in there thinking that you're going to get all that. It's more of, like you said, a psychological thriller that the concept itself is what's scary. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I think this movie did really good, was building on like a creepy atmosphere for the entire film and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the entire time you're kind of on edge on like what's going on. Yes. What happened to these kids? Who's doing it to these kids? And even when you find out who did it to the kids, you're like, how does that even work? Yeah. Like, well, you know, there's so many questions left unanswered about this movie, and I think weirdly that's a good thing. Where I've seen people online kind of mad that, you know, how the ending took place or how the powers even work or whatever. It's like, I've seen a lot of people mad that they didn't explain enough in the movie, but I kind of like that. Yeah.
I thought it was cool because I like the elements of mystery more. Exactly. Because it felt kind of like a Stranger Things type of situation or things like that, where it's like, why did this happen to these kids? And then they explain it, but they don't fully explain how that is possible. Yeah. And who the person of Gladys is. Yeah. We don't know any of her backstory. We don't even know how actually old she is. They don't tell you any of these things in the movie. So that's the thing that I enjoyed. And just to let everybody know, this is going to be a spoiler review.
Yeah, full spoilers. So we're going crazy.
I'm just going to throw it out there right now. So warning already for anybody who's watching this. But, dog, let's just get right into it, bro. What were some of your favorite scenes from the movie Weapons?
I had a lot of scenes in this movie that I really did enjoy, and there's a lot of characters that I just loved in this movie, to be honest with you. Yeah. One of my favorite scenes in this movie was Josh Brolin's dream sequence.
Oh, I know what you
mean. He's like running after his son, and then he sees like the huge like AK-47 like floating above his house or whatever. Yeah. Like, I just thought that was so weird and random, and I thought that scene was so fucking cool. Yeah. And also, I mean, the scene that drawed everyone into the movie to begin with. Yeah. The kids all leaving out of their house. Yes. Yeah. That scene was so good. And I've seen a lot of people kind of mad that they the song choice that he chose in the movie, which did feel kind of a little James Gunny.
Yeah.
But I thought it kind of fit the vibe, low key.
To
be honest with you, bro. I thought those scene was cool, and just overall, the scenes with Gladys always kind of like
took me out.
Yeah, left me kind of like she's so weird looking.
Yeah,
she's so gross.
Yeah,
and just overall, like those are probably some of my favorite scenes. What about you,
bro? I'm gonna keep it real. You already know where I'm going with this. I think the scene with the principal.
Yeah. Benedict Wong.
Yes. Oh my God, the scene where she controls him to kill his husband.
Oh my God, that was so
crazy.
That
blew
bro.
my mind, bro. I said, "Ain't
no
pun
way, intended.
Dog." Yeah, I know. You're wild for that. But dude, he like bashes his head.
Yeah,
in the
that was crazy, bro.
You see his eyes.
Yeah, gal, pop it out because he has fucking hella head trauma now.
Yeah. And I like the scene where that shot just felt so much like a zombie movie, where he's running up the street and it just shows him going from fucking Fifth Avenue and then this and then this and then he catches Josh Brolin's character and Julia Gardner's character at the gas station, and he immediately starts choking her out.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was so crazy. And then just seeing his face, oh my God, dude.
Yeah,
and
man.
I like the concept of the way that they ran was very interesting.
Yeah, like the T-pose.
Yes.
And apparently it's based off of this famous picture that happened, I think during like the Vietnam War or something like that. There was a girl who... It's like a very iconic photo. I'll put it up. Well, actually, it's she's naked in the picture, so I probably won't put it up.
You gotta blur it or something.
But it's like she's in that same pose where I think she got burned by like napalm or something like that.
Oh, really?
And she's in that same pose, like running like that, and that's where the director got the inspiration from.
That's super interesting. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely one of my favorite scenes. And to end it off, I will say the scene where the junkie dude. He goes to the basement and he sees all the kids standing there. That looks so creepy.
That whole scene with the junkie, that's the guy from Euphoria too.
Yeah.
Where he goes and like he's stealing the DVDs and the parents are just sitting there on the couch.
That was crazy.
That was crazy, bro. That scene was actually insane.
Like,
bro.
I was like, yo. Oh, and can I throw in an extra one?
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I have to say one more. When the kid was sitting at the table with his parents and he started stabbing
that was
himself
insane.
in the face with a fork
that was insane, bro. Like, there's a lot of crazy moments in this movie that just make you say, like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. This movie was actually insane, bro. One thing I loved about this movie is the way they progressed the plot, where it's like the different chapters, they're different characters that kind of goes back, and then they all kind of connect to each other. You know what I mean? Because like, there's parts in the movie where I'm like, what happened to the principal? You know what I mean? Like, why? How did he end up like that? And then it shows how he ended up like that. You know what I mean? I thought that was really cool, bro. How almost every single scene, you kind of seen the other perspective of another characters. Even like, Josh Brolin's character, it implies that he's the one who put the witch on Julia Gardner's character's car. When Julia Gardner's talking on the phone with the principal, and then it shows him at the grocery store talking back to her on the phone. I thought scenes like that was cool, where it's like, it kind of showed multiple angles from everyone's perspective. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to lie. The perspective that blew my mind out of all of those was the kid. His name was Alex, right?
Yeah.
Alex's perspective blew my mind.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the movie, you're assuming he's the bad person. He's the villain of this film.
He did something weird.
That it's like, okay, maybe he did something to his parents and... There's something that's going on with this kid. Yeah. It's going to be the usual trope where it's like the Omen or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you find out that he was doing all this to help his family. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's so sad, bro. Like, I felt so bad for that kid, Alex, bro. Like, he's being manipulated throughout the whole movie by his aunt.
Yes, he gets bullied at school.
He's so helpless. It's like, and at the end... He's the one who's feeding his bully soup at the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? When he's stuck in this trance or whatever. And it's like, bro, the movie was just so good, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. And I mean, one of the craziest characters from the movie that everyone's going to remember.
Yes.
Aunt Gladys.
Yeah, Gladys was insane, dude. Yeah.
And the craziest thing, I think about her, and a lot of people I've seen online thinking about her, bro.
Yeah.
She is damn near like a parasite.
Oh, I know what you mean.
That's why throughout the movie,
they
talk about parasites.
Yeah.
The teacher is teaching the kids about parasites before they go missing.
That's an interesting take.
The principal and his husband were watching a documentary about parasites before Aunt Gladys came.
Yeah, no, you're cooking right now.
And then, if you think about it, bro,
yeah,
the scene where Alex goes to her room and he sees her all messed up, and it almost looks like she has braids.
Yeah.
I don't think those are braids.
What What do you think that is?
I think they're like
antennas,
tendrils or something.
Okay, so
that's why she wears the wigs.
Yeah.
Tidy, because at this point, I don't even think that's Aunt Gladys no more.
So you think she's not human?
I think either it's a witch that's taking over her body,
yeah,
or the plant itself is controlling her.
That's a great theory. I'm not gonna lie, that the plant is her now.
Yes.
That's actually really interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Because even if you notice, when she first shows up to the house,
yeah,
her and the plant are both messed up. They don't. The plant doesn't have a lot of leaves on it.
Yeah.
She's super sick.
Yeah.
As soon as she gets the parents and then the kids,
it shows her like meditating in the room.
And it shows the plant blooming more. Yeah. More leaves are on the plant and stuff.
Yeah. That's
Once
facts.
she gets all the kids and all the parents on her, you know what I mean, under her control or whatever.
That's facts. I believe that too, because immediately when I thought about it, I was like, oh, so she's a witch. And you know what I think? I think that Aunt Gladys has been doing this for probably longer than this is my own theory. I think it's been longer than probably like 100 years.
For sure.
Because the way that they kind of were portraying her character, and somebody said this about the type of tree that she was using. They said this was something from like back in the day.
Wow.
That's what I heard. Somebody even broke it down that far. Yeah, where this shows how old she was of certain characteristics like that.
Yeah.
But my own theory is, I believe she's almost the same thing as like Coraline's mom, the Beldam. I think it's kind of something more like that, bro.
I get what you mean.
You know how she wanted their eyes and all these other things, and she ended up pretty much taking their souls.
Yes.
I think it's pretty much the same thing, that every time she would get their hair or whatever with the whoop, and they kind of are alluding to that she was getting healthier.
Yes.
So I think that she needed these people's essence or something about them to strengthen her. And then for some reason throughout history, maybe she even lived through the time of maybe like the Salem witch trials, things like that. And for a period of time, she ended up getting so weakened that she got to this like old age or this old stage.
Yeah.
And she's lived for so long, and she wasn't able to do it for so long because either she was being hunted down.
No, that makes sense.
Something like that was happening to her, and eventually she ends up being like, fuck it. It gets all the way to this time. She ends up calling her niece, which is Alex's mom, right? She's her niece, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, bro, this is the perfect opportunity for me
to get them.
And then she gets them, and she's like, damn it didn't work. So then that's when she gets the idea that I need kids.
Yeah, someone younger.
I need somebody younger.
That could steal their life force for a long period of time.
And I think that when she was younger doing it, like let's say whatever affected her, like let's say it was some witch or she was already like that, she was probably able to use people that were a little bit older. But now that she's older, she might need people that are super young to contrast or contract how old she is, or like push the clock back farther.
Yeah. And I think she always had throughout time a family that she could depend on, because even Alex's mom says my mom would always do stuff like this for her.
Yeah.
So I think she always had like her mom under some type of weird control.
Yes.
That whenever she needed something from her, she could just pull up out of the blue and steal her life force from her.
And that's probably why the mom was always helping, like you said.
Yeah.
So this goes deep, bro. I don't know what's up with this old lady, but it's very interesting. I believe she was definitely a witch. This was some type of voodoo shit.
For surely.
And, dude, she was creepy as shit. So, but that parasite thing is actually wild that I really think about.
And I think there's
a lot of connections.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why, like, at the end of the movie, his parents, you hear the voiceover of the kid saying, like, his parents are still being fed soup by someone else in a mental hospital. And I think it depends on how long you've been in that trance.
Yes.
Because, like, even the kids, she says, like, some of the kids started talking again.
Yeah.
And I think because they haven't been in it as long as, Alex's parents. Because we really don't know for us how long his parents were under that control. Because the kids were under for a month.
Yeah.
Or a month and a couple days or whatever, right?
I'm pretty sure it was probably like half a year.
No, it was a month.
No, I'm talking about Alex's parents.
Alex's parents. Yeah. Because we don't know
like
for us.
6 months type shit.
Who knows for us? You know what I'm saying? And then, because like Josh Brolin's character, as soon as he gets out of it,
immediately goes back.
He's back to normal because he wasn't in it for that long.
Yeah, he's in there for like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So that's interesting how the power system works. And what's crazy about the plant is that Alex was able to use it as well.
Yes.
That blew my mind.
And I think a weird thing about it.
Thing?
No, I don't know. It might be, maybe.
I don't think anybody can use it.
I didn't think about that, honestly. I didn't think about that. It might be a bloodline.
I think it might be connected to their bloodline of witches or whatever the case may be, and he was able to do it because of that.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't even think about that. You're right, bro.
Yeah.
And another thing that I noticed about the movie, technically, the kids are still under Alex's control, because we never seen him put the branches back in the water.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
And then the reason why, like, some of the kids brought their speech back, maybe Alex is keeping his bullies still in check.
He's basically keeping them quiet.
Yes.
That would be very interesting. That'd be dark as shit.
No, for real.
I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, they still get to live pretty normal lives.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I guess.
I guess you just gonna shut the fuck up in class.
Yeah.
You know?
Because he, like, they said he moved to like a whole nother different area or whatever. But I mean, that's also one thing I want to ask you about. How did you feel about the ending of Alex sending the kids?
Dude, I'm going to tell you, this kind of ties back into what you said about certain scenes. That scene where that little girl was trying to get her so bad and she was busting through all the stuff.
That was insane.
A great shot. That shot was insane.
That was crazy. And she does like some real football drills where she like cuts her off and like tackles her down and stuff like that.
But that was so dark that they ripped her apart.
That was insane, bro.
Yeah.
Some of them were biting on her and shit too.
Yeah, they're ripping her mouth and shit. And
that was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that blew my mind. I did not expect all that.
I did not expect that either. A lot of people were saying that like that was kind of like cartoony and like goofy and stuff like that. And I'm like,
really?
For me, I was looking hella excited. Like, finally, bro, they're getting this crazy ass lady, and they're gonna fucking, get their payback on her or whatever. But I think a lot of people kind of take things too much as a joke now, because there's a lot of scenes that people are saying like, bro, this scene was way too funny, bro. Like, I couldn't handle it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like. Even like when Gladys first popped up, like my girlfriend was laughing her ass off when Gladys first popped up on screen.
When she first popped up to me,
like in the principal's office and stuff like that. Yeah, I was like, ugh, she looks crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what's up with her hairline and stuff?
But my girl was laughing because she said she imagined like a lady like that popping up at her school, so it made her just hella laugh. And
that would scare me, nigga.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I would have been like, what's up?
Yeah, this bitch is insane.
Yeah, and the way she was kind of, I don't know, dude. And then when she popped up at the house, it was very weird.
Yeah, bro.
And you know what's another thing that showed, like, we don't know the extent of her power? Look, either this is a plot hole, but I don't think it is. This also shows we don't know what she can do. When she first walks into the principal's house with his husband, she comes in and she goes like this. Hi, wow, your house looks so nice. And she has both of her hands up like this, right? Then she goes to the kitchen and she picks up a bag. That was hers. Did you not notice that? And then Wong, the principal, he looked like this.
I never peeped that.
That's why he looked at her weird, like, where the fuck she get this bag from?
I never noticed that, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, me and my brother were talking about it yesterday. I was like, whoa, why did I not peep that? She literally picks up a bag from like nothing.
I never even noticed that, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, watch it back, bro, and you'll notice it.
And you know what's interesting? Because interesting, I said it might be a plot hole.
Yeah.
A cool thing, and the director even said this himself, bro. And he's hella funny for this. He said, yeah, there's a couple plot holes in the movie.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, the movie is being told through the perspective of a little girl.
I know, yeah.
Which also people think that she's a part of the class, too, that went missing.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of people say that she's one of the kids who went missing and she's able to get her speech back. But she's telling the perspective from her side of the story.
Yeah.
And just hearsay of what she heard around town of what people are saying. So not everything is going to be
100%.
a full 100% concise story. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a smart way to do it,
bro. No, 100%. But that blew my mind when I seen that, though.
No, for real.
Because, like, I don't think it was a plot hole because immediately Wong looked at her like, I keep calling him Wong from, I know I love him as Wong.
His name is Benedict Wong.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. But
his name was Marcus in the movie.
Yeah, but Marcus, he immediately looked at her when she pulled up the bag like.
I never even noticed that, bro. That's crazy.
What the fuck? Like, and then she was like, can you give me a bowl? He was like, for water?
Yeah.
So even before she asked for the bowl, he was already looking at her strange when she picked up the bag.
Yeah. And also it's like, how the fuck you know where I live?
Yeah. So there was a lot of weird elements right there that kind of shook. But I wanted to ask you, though, what do you rate this movie out of 10?
Man, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I had a really good time watching this movie, dude.
Me too.
This movie was actually almost everything that I wanted from seeing the trailers and everything.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I don't got you, bro. I got to give this movie a 9. A 9 out of 10.
That's good. I fuck with it. Okay, I will give this movie, I'm going to say I'll give it a 8.5 just because I wanted to see more.
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, I wish we dug a little deeper into the lore of, like, maybe a little bit backstory of Gladys.
Apparently, they're going to make a...
Part 2?
Origin story for Gladys.
Oh, that would be interesting.
That's what I heard.
That would actually be pretty interesting. But, yes, I'll say 8.5. But without that, I'll say 9.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I kind of like that they left it out.
No, I like it too. I like it too. Yeah. But it's just one of those things of like, you know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have that little nitpick where it's like, I wish there was more. So that kind of just, you know. So, yeah, that's what I'll have to say. But I really enjoyed this movie. I hope everybody out there who's watching this, hope you guys enjoyed the movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you already seen it, do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Show some love to the page. And
go follow the Couch Critics Clips page.
Yeah.
We'll put it down below in the link if you guys want to go watch the short form version on YouTube.
Yes.
We got clips over there and stuff. And, yeah, hope you guys like this one, and we'll see you on the next one.